In Toronto, police are blaming this extreme cold and snow for a multi-car pileup that happened on the Gardiner Expressway. Calls were coming in nonstop at one point from angry, frustrated drivers who were on the Gardiner, stuck in this pileup. So, of course, some turned off their cars and waited for traffic to resume. But then when they tried to get the car going again, it wouldn't work. What a situation. So joining us now from Ottawa with some practical winter driving tips and advice, we have Kristine D'Arbelles, spokesperson with the CAA. Kristine, thanks for your time. Hello.
Oh, thanks for having me, Jacqueline.
We just showed the situation on the Gardiner Expressway, and I can't imagine, just waiting for all this traffic to clear, turning off your car because you think that's the right thing to do to conserve gasoline. Then you go to put in the keys and nothing starts up again. Is there any way to avoid that scenario, Kristine?
Yeah, keep your car running. In these extreme cold weathers, batteries tend to seize up. And to give you an example, CAA for yesterday across Canada, we had over 20,000 calls, and 50 to 60% of those were people with dead batteries. So try to keep your car running. I wouldn't turn it off if you were on the highway. And if you're at home and you're getting ready for work, make sure that you plan a little bit in advance. Head out to your car early in the morning. Try to see if it's going to turn on. And if it's not turning on because you do have a dead battery, then this way you're ready and you can call CAA with plenty of time.
Yeah, and you're so right to make the point that, a good reaction to an emergency starts with proper preparation. So you got to do all these things. You want to make sure your snow and ice is off the car. If you have the ability to plug your car into a block heater, do it. Make sure you've got enough washer and windshield fluid. Make sure your wipers work. Check your battery. Check to make sure you've got as much fuel as possible, right? Because should you be stuck in a pileup like that and you don't want to turn your car off, you've got to have the fuel to make it through.
Exactly, yeah. Making sure that your fluids are completely full before you leave, especially for a long trip. We often think, oh, a half a tank, I've got enough to be able to get to wherever I'm going. Make sure that, especially during the winter, you never know when you're going to get stuck somewhere. So make sure your fluids are topped up, and that goes for gas, and especially windshield washer fluid. With all the salt on the road and the grit on the road, all that stuff is splashing back onto your windshield. So you want to make sure that you're prepared to clear that off so you have clear visibility for a safe ride.
Yeah, and we don't know what the cause of the pileup on the Gardiner was, but, conditions not the best, and if you're driving too quickly, how you drive is critical as well. So take us through the safe driving tips as well.
Well, it's simple. It's not a race in the winter. Drive slower than usual. And one of the things I find when I'm talking to drivers is we assume that in the winter, in the summer, if it takes a half an hour to get to work, that in the winter it'll take also half an hour to get to work. But really with icy conditions, lots of people on the road, people driving slower, it's actually better to plan ahead. Add an extra 5 minutes onto your commute, so this way when you're on the road, you're calm, you know you're going to get to work on time, and you've added extra time so that you could slow down your driving.
So the majority of CAA calls battery boost number one, people calling for a locksmith service because they left their keys in the car?
Yes. Actually, and that's all year round, and of course it's not fun in the winter when it happens, but this also just reminds people when you're going out in the morning and you're about to start your car to warm it up. It only really takes about a minute or so to warm up your car, and your car actually warms up quite faster when you're driving. So instead of going to your car, turning on your vehicle, and then accidentally locking your keys inside the vehicle, just get inside your vehicle, plan for a little bit of extra time, and slowly drive down your road, or slowly start your commute, because your car will actually heat up a lot faster while you're driving.
Yeah, great, useful information, Kristine. We appreciate this. Thanks so much.
Oh, no problem. Stay warm.